Hello, this is Dr. Whiting again, and I'd like to continue my discussion about some of the greatest nutrition myths that are circling around the internet, in professional offices, in books, everywhere. And it's interesting how these myths develop into so-called pseudo-facts. If you tell a lie long enough and enough people hear it, it becomes facts, because facts seem to be associated with numbers. How many people think this, that must mean it's true. And it's not. You need to understand that there are people, probably most of us, that choose to believe something as fact for nothing more or no other reason other than they choose to believe it. So today I would like to talk about a few of these myths and let you know just where they are factually. America is obsessed with weight loss. There are more overweight people in America than any other country on earth. Obesity has become epidemic. It now affects all of us at all ages, from children to adolescents to young adults, all the way up to senior citizens. And as this epidemic continues to grow, the food industry keeps feeding us more and more garbage that allows us to get hooked or addicted on junk foods, so that we keep eating them almost as an alcoholic can't stay away from his next drink. One of the biggest problems in managing the obesity epidemic is the concept of the American Dietetics Association that still, after overwhelming evidence to the contrary, still insists that all overweight is caused by excess food, excess calorie consumption. For them, it's still, after 40 years of new research, they're still clinging to the concept of calories in and calories out. If you consume more calories than you burn, you gain weight. If you consume less calories than you burn, you lose weight. And in theory, that should be true, but it doesn't apply to everybody. In fact, it applies to about 30% of the overweight people in any community. The other 70% it will not apply to, and ultimately will not be lasting and effective, because there are many different reasons for weight loss, and there's many different reasons and methods for weight gain. What you really need to do before you get frustrated, start a weight loss program, lose 10 pounds, get mad and gain it all back again 50 times, what you need to do is approach your weight loss scientifically. Because the greatest myth involving weight loss is the calorie concept. It does not apply to most of us. If you would like to learn how you can take a scientific approach to your weight loss, you can do so through our Research Institute. Simply go to healthyinformation.com and take our weight management evaluation. Once completed, hit submit. It will come to our office. We will review it and call you by phone and outline a weight loss program that actually will work with your metabolism and not against it. Our program prevents starvation, prevents plateauing, it prevents going on a program for months and months only to discover you were doing it wrong anyway. Heartburn, acid reflux, bloating, gas, belching, burping. The American plight. And how do we know that it's that common, that it's that epidemic? Because over-the-counter and prescription antacids are right in the top 3 of all drugs, medications purchased. More people suffer from some form of indigestion than anything. The myth about indigestion is we are told it is caused by excess stomach acid. You have too much stomach acid, it runs up your throat, burns your throat, and causes acid reflux and heartburn. This is 100% incorrect. When you have heartburn, or worse yet, acid reflux, it is because you have too little acid and not too much. Antacids destroy what little acid you have, dumping the stomach into the small intestine, and you feel great. Heartburn's gone, acid reflux gone, bloating's gone, belching's gone, burping's gone, because you don't have any more food. The problem is, when you use antacids, you do not digest and absorb proteins. You do not digest and absorb minerals like calcium. So antacids will lead to protein deficiency, premature aging, loss of collagen protein, calcium loss, bone loss, and osteoporosis. In order to fix your digestive problem, we need to increase the acid and provide your stomach with the raw materials it needs to make digestive enzymes to fully break down each and every food group that you consume. Fibromyalgia, the new disorder of the millennium. I guarantee you that fibromyalgia has been around forever. It just didn't have a name before. And here's another myth about fibromyalgia. It's not even a disease. It's not even a disorder. Fibromyalgia is a name that the industry gave to a cluster of symptoms. But those clusters of symptoms are not caused by some strange bug or some chemical change in the body. They are caused by excess toxins stored in the liver and soft tissues of your body. And when those toxins rise to a high enough level, the symptoms of fibromyalgia develop. Now, why do some people get this and not others? Gosh, we don't know. Most people can eliminate toxins fairly efficiently. There are some people, however, who cannot. And almost universally, those are the people who will develop what is so-called fibromyalgia. So, dispelling that myth, how would we deal and how would we help someone with this disorder? We would first and foremost detoxify their body, get it all cleaned out, give them proper nourishment, give them immune boosting supplements to help strengthen their immune system. And I will tell you that I have been working with fibromyalgia sufferers for years, and I've been able to help over 75% of them go into complete remission, or in other words, no more fibromyalgia, in 3 to 6 months by simply detoxifying and nourishing the body. This approach is far more important and far more safe for your body than the drugs they use. Because the drugs they use are merely masking over the pain and discomfort. They are not solving your problem. So not only are you still toxic, but you're now toxic from the drugs as well. The next thing I want to talk about, which I've talked about before, but I want to throw it in here quickly, is the so-called Candida or yeast diet. Virtually everywhere you go on the internet, every book you read talks about the Candida diet. You have to follow this strict diet. No yeast, no sugar, no starches, no fermented foods, no vinegar, no wine. The list is endless. Well, I'll tell you that that is one of the greatest myths on the internet. Diet does not cause Candida overgrowth. Dietary changes, in most cases, will not eliminate or cure the problem. The only time dietary restrictions are helpful is if your Candida is confined to your digestive system. However, once it becomes systemic, gets into your bloodstream, starts depositing in soft tissues and growing, dietary changes are absolutely worthless. Now, I know this is probably hard for some of you to believe. Why? Because you've read it so many times, you've heard it in so many places that it just has to be true. It's not true. Consider this dismaying observation. If the standard American junk food diet caused Candida overgrowth, then everyone in America would have a yeast problem because we all eat the same junk, and we don't have that problem. And it's not just the people who eat healthy. There are millions of people who eat horrible junk food on a daily basis and have no yeast overgrowth whatsoever. The diet is a myth, and the diet program to eliminate this problem is ineffective. The last thing I want to talk about is the concept of vitamin C and exercise recovery. This is a very little known fact, but it's one I learned in the 1970s when I was powerlifting and bodybuilding. I had a very, let's put it this way, out there coach, and he was very cutting edge for the 1970s. In fact, he was blackballed in many circles because of his rather left-wing, out there sort of approach. But now today we know that he was at least 90% correct. He gathered his information not from books and the internet. There wasn't one then. He gathered them from life experience. And one of the things that he taught us was that if you exercise heavily, you work out, especially if you pump iron and you break the muscles down, and you're the type of person that tends to get sore afterwards due to a buildup of lactic acid, and sometimes you're sore for 2 or 3 days and you have to curtail your next workout because you're just too uncomfortable. Let me give you a little secret, and that secret you won't find on the internet, because I checked and it's still not there. Vitamin C, my friends. No matter what level of exercise that you engage in, if you find yourself stiff and sore the next day and the day after, and possibly even the day after that, try vitamin C. Take 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C 3 or 4 times a day on every day that you work out. You will find that the next morning you will be practically pain-free and stiffness-free, because the vitamin C, or ascorbic acid, prevents lactic acid buildup in the muscle cells, and that's what causes your stiffness and soreness. Again, I'd like to thank you for listening and taking out a few minutes of your busy time. If any of the topics that we discussed is of interest to you, is of concern to you, if you would like to find out more information about natural approaches to these so that you can say goodbye to drug therapy, so that you can say goodbye to pain and discomfort, so you can say goodbye to the progression of side effects, you are more than welcome to contact our research institute. Our information is absolutely free to you. You can call us at 1-888-454-8464, or you can visit us on our website at healthyinformation.com. It is our goal at our center to provide you natural alternatives that not only will solve your problem, but keep you well, keep you healthy, and keep you safe. This is Dr. Whiting. Thanks again for listening.